Hello Exiles and welcome. This video is just a quick one to kind of talk about tier 16 maps and how to get there. So my previous video that I did, which was tier 1 to tier 16 maps fast, is now out of date. So I kind of thought I need to do one to kind of bring it up to date with the new tree. So as you can see in the background, we do now have the new passive tree, the new Atlas tree. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through what I believe is the best pathing to get to tier 16's maps faster, and how you can kind of get there with as less points as possible. Now obviously once I get to a certain point, I will then say that from here on out it's entirely up to you how you then want to spec into particular nodes and particular paths and things like that. So I'm going to just go through my first tree, which I've already done it on my other screen, so I've just used it for guidance. It's using 93 points, so basically that will get you to 93 map completions, which is literally nearly the end of all of your maps. And it will literally, this kind of includes a bit of content as well, but we'll go through that. The main bulk of it, getting just to get all the points that you need, will only cost you about 40. So we're going to go through that first of all. So before we go any further as well, I am going to be streaming live Twitch on Friday for launch. So if you want to come and join me, we're going to be streaming pretty much majority of the night, see how far we can get. So my Twitch link will be in the description if you want to throw us a follow, and we can see how far we can get. That'd be good. Also, if you are enjoying these videos and you enjoy this one, throw us a like, throw us a subscribe. It will greatly help the channel. So let's begin. So first of all, first thing that I would recommend that you do is head up for the two sections here, or the two clusters, which are shaping the mountains, and over here we have the shaping the skies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up this right hand side here first of all, and we're going to go up to here. So there is, first of all, there's 7 points. So there's your first 7 points, go up there. Then we go and pick up this, which will then give you a 15% chance to have your maps to be 1 tier higher. So that's the first thing. Then from here, I'm going to go straight to here, and we're going to pick up the gateway, and we're going to jump to the other side of the tree and pop out here. Okay, just so that we don't then have to then spec all the way up there and spend another 7 points. You can literally just jump to the other side of the tree, and we're then going to pick up those 3 points from there. Now from here, it's entirely up to you which way you want to go, whether you want to go up the right hand side or whether you want to go up the left hand side. Obviously, because you're both at the same point, it doesn't really matter. But for what I'm wanting to achieve, I'm wanting to be in a particular place on the tree, so I'm going to be going up the left side, and I'll explain that in a minute. Now, a main thing that does help with getting through your maps faster is using scouting reports. So what I would like to then do is come down here, and I would then pick up the scouting report points and pick up this one, and this one. So obviously 60% chance to obviously get Atlas scouting reports. That is massive. Then from there, I'm then going to go around the other side as well, which will then give you 1% chance to then give you Kirak missions. Okay, so obviously go all the way around to there like that. Now it's up to you whether you want to follow that exact same path or just pick up just the 60% and then carry on. It's entirely up to you, but I'm going to do this just because then you'll get an increased chance of Kirak, and Kirak will then be able to then give you maps that you may not have done on your map device. From there, you then have a choice. So you can then go up here, pick up another 10% chance, another 5%, and another 5% for map tiers to be 1 tier higher. And then you have a choice of whether you want to go to the left side or the right side. Now it's up to you. Now I would probably go up the left side, because it says here that League map crafting options also choose 3 random notable Atlas passive skills associated with that league to treat as allocated. So I don't know, I would rather go on the left hand side. Just obviously then it applies an additional random option for free if you do want to do Fortune Favors the Brave, but most people don't usually do Fortune Favors the Brave while they're going through the while they're going through the maps just to get to tier 16s. You can then pick up these further 3 here that will then give you another 15%. At this point you'll have only spent 38 points, so this is quite early on in maps. From here then, I would then recommend that you go up to here and go round to there. So follow this circle, the quant circle round. And then I would recommend that you go up to here, to Unwavering Vision. Now, just bear with me for a second. So the only downside for picking this up is that you cannot find scarabs. Now, if we think about this, you are not really going to be running scarabs just when you want to get to tier 16 maps. You are not really that bothered. You just want to get there. Once you get there, you can unspec this and take it out. Just make sure that you take it out. And you can take out all the Kirak stuff as well. So if you really wanted to, you can take out all this Kirak stuff and all these tier 1s and all this tier 1 and throw it into somewhere else. The reason why I recommend going for this is because as soon as you select it, it instantly gives you 20 passive tree points that you can then put wherever the hell you then want. So if you then want to try and juice some of the maps that you are then running, you can do. If you want to do something that then makes it a little bit easier for you, maybe by adding shrines, then that's entirely up to you. Now, what I've added on my tree is I've picked up the shrines here. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is for increased effect and more chances of shrines to be added. So there's 5 points. So we've still got 15 left. What I then did is I then went down here and I picked up these shrines here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's another 4 points. So that's now 9 points. So we've got 11 left. What I then did is I came over here and I picked up the, where is it? Yeah, I picked up the essence over here. So I went this way, that way, that way, that way. So that's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So we got 6 points left. And then from there, I'm just trying to see where else I went. Oh, right at the beginning, I then picked up essence here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that leaves me with 2 points. And those 2 points you can put wherever the hell you want. Now, on my tree, I think I started heading for this node here. So I started going over here, and I'm trying to go over here to pick up this. But obviously those 2 points would only take you to there. Now, this is the point. Those 20 points are completely optional. You can put them whatever the hell you want. Now, you just got to remember that when you get to tier 16 maps or tier 15, maybe red maps, I would then take it out, because then you are then penalizing yourself, because you are then going to be not having any scarab drops. But if you just want to get there as quickly as possible, then that is an option for you. And obviously you can obviously boost the quant on these nodes around the middle here, which will then give you potentially more drops. From there, the rest of the tree is entirely your decision. Now, me personally, I'm going for essences. I then usually take in the middle circle. I am going to head over here and I'm going to pick up this crystal lattice, which is obviously going to give me an extra 3 essences. I am then going to spec in for a little bit of June over here, which is going to give me 20, 30, 40% chance for June to be in my maps, just so I can get a few crafting recipes. I am also going to go down to here to pick up this additional corpse, which will help in the league mechanic for crafting. And then where else did I go? And I think that was it. Yeah, so there's 92 points. Now bearing in mind that is literally just as I'm on my way to yellow maps. So when I'm at 92, I will then start to hit yellow maps, and I will then start to be at a point where I can then unspec out of this, take this back out again if I really wanted to. I could then take out the shrines, so obviously we get the points back. I could take out all of the Kirak missions and all of this bit in the middle here. I could take out this element here and this element here. Take out these, take out that. Don't need the gateway anymore. We will fix that bit because I do need that. And obviously that's just completely reset the entire tree. So we'll fix it. It's fine. So we're going to unspec that out. Take that out. We'll take out this shrine element. So this is then what I'm going to be doing for end game. Now bearing in mind, you now have the option to be able to run multiple skill trees. So this is my plan for then late game. So I'm then going to then run back up here, and I'm probably going to run back up to here, and I will then go around here and pick that up, go around here and pick this up. I will then go up here and I will pick this up. I'll then probably go around this tree here, And depending on which scarabs I feel are the best, I'm probably going to pick up maybe the beyond ones for here. I am eventually going to probably pick up this entire circle just because the quant and rarity is always good. I do like expedition, but I also like harbingers, so I may spec into harbies here and then take the middle circle. I am then going to go up here and pick up this varieties, less common varieties of scarabs, and maybe this top one for 25% for an additional scarab, which is pretty strong. I'm then going to probably take the hat, as they call it, which is all the nodes that go along the top of the tree, so all the way down here and all the way down to there. Now obviously that's obviously saying to take that, but obviously I'm going to go up here. So we're not going to take that point because we don't need it. I'm then going to go for destructive play, so we're then probably going to go straight to here like that. And then from there, I don't quite know, I've not quite worked it out from there. It's going to be a case of that then we'll see. So obviously there's a section over here which is for increased crafting options within the league, so for meta modifiers and modifier tier ratings, and obviously I may go for the middle one there for the tier ratings. And then there's ones on this left hand side over here. Let me just take that back out. Then there's ones on the left hand side over here which then provide you with all flame embers. I may not go for the top one because it says that they have an increased chance, but it may be worth it, so just to go for that. And then from there, obviously we have got 32 points left. What I may then start to do is then start speccing into increased effect of maps. So there is obviously an element on here which has got 10% monster packs consisting of different difficult and rewarding monsters, so that will be obviously a lot beneficial. And obviously there's an element up here which has increased effect via your maps, and there is another one down here which does provide here with increased effect of modifiers on your maps. So I could potentially kind of just jump up here, so go down here, up here, and pick up this increased effect of modifiers just for a little bit of increased effect. Now we've still got 11 points. Where I go from here, no idea. Now we're talking end-to-end game. So I could potentially go into, let's have a think now. I may go into this affliction, the affliction wisps, just because there's no real downside to it. If you don't kill more than 50 monsters, there's no downside. So it's just a case of that if you do fully clear the map, then you will have an empowered boss. So that may be a bonus. It obviously would be in your best interests to do that. I then may potentially then spec into either the blue side or the red side, depending on what I decide, but we will just have to wait and see. I'm kind of thinking that it may be best to kind of spec into a potential type of content. I may go into like harbies here and pick up this harby one, so we have an additional harbinger, and I then may go up here and pick up this one here as well, where we then have an additional harbinger in your map as well there. And obviously that is all 132 points, so there is the tree in its entirety once I get to end game. But again, that is my tree. You don't need to follow that. That is just something that I want to do. That's obviously the type of content that I like to play. It may look like it's all over the place in terms of pathing, but I could probably make this a little bit more efficient if I messed around with it. But it's just for now. Obviously the tree that obviously I showed you, the first tree that I showed you was that one. That's obviously how it looks. Now obviously I will take this out, and I will take all of the points that are related to particular content, and I will put that in the description below. Just the initial pathing that I described about going up, picking up Shaping the Skies, Shaping the Mountain, Kirak, and going straight up to the 20 points. I will put that in the description so that you do have it if you want to follow that pathing. I think that it will help you once you get to that, because you will then start to get Kirak missions, and it will start to influence you because you'll get 23 points, which is massive when you think about it. Just make sure, and I know I've said this, but make sure that you take it out, or you are not going to be getting any scarab drops whatsoever. Once you get to a specific tier that you are then happy at and that you don't mind taking out points, take it out. Okay, and that is basically it. Everything else on the tree is entirely up to what you want to do. So if you want to run Nico, Breach, Blight, Einhar, Jun, Legion, whatever the hell, Ultimatum, whatever you want to do, you spec into whatever you want. That's the one good thing about Path of Exile, is every single person's skill tree, whether it be in their game for their character or whether it be their Atlas skill tree, will be completely different to the next person that plays. So that's one thing that I love about it. It's just the uniqueness for it. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. It was only a very quick video just to run through obviously what I believe is the best pathing to get to tier 16 maps quickly, and I will leave that with you. If you have any questions or if there's anything you want to put in the comments, by all means, if you've enjoyed this video, throw us a subscribe, throw us a like, and until the next video, stay sane.